Hello everyone, Morgan from Mirror Edge Networks, and welcome to this short video overview of the costs associated with a home cinema build here in Cape Town, South Africa. This home cinema room that we have built out has a lower price point than most of the other home cinema rooms that we've built, and I would like to use this video as a quick showcase to say not all of the home cinema rooms that we build have to have the most amazing huge budgets that have been described previously. So with regards to this home cinema room build, I'd just like to touch on a few of the topics that we used to be able to get the right result for our client, and hopefully shed some insight for you so that you could consider contacting us for a home cinema room in the future. To start with this home cinema room build, we have a very big space here that our client moved into when they bought this house, and this room was too big to be really functional for their needs for various different purposes. So what they did is we have built a double drywall construction over here on my right hand side. This is a staggered stud timber construction with mineral fiber insulation between, two 12mm shutter ply boards, one either side, finished off with two skim coated gypsum boards, 12mm each. So we create an isolated wall construction that acoustically divides this space from the rest of the room and the rest of the house. The costs associated with this drywall construction to an acoustic property, including the fire-rated door, which isolates the sound from the rest of the house, was about 30,000 Rand, including the painting. As with most of our home cinema room build-outs, what we do is we build out what we call a front framing or front screen wall construction. This is comprising of multiple different layers of construction, and in this instance what has been included is that we have a back wall framing onto the actual brick wall of this room. That framing then accommodates a layer of mineral fiber insulation and then a layer of acoustic dampening foam. And the reason why we do that is that we can reduce some of the ambient noise acoustically within this room. This is not about isolation treatment from external, because this is a boundary wall that is to the outside of this client's house. It was more of a case of being able to add to the acoustic properties within this room. In front of that we have this framework which we have then fixed our front acoustic panels onto, which hide our speakers and any other equipment. That's this black fabric panels that are surrounding the projection screen. And then of course in front of that we hang the projection screen. The cost associated with this front wall construction is around about 25,000 Rand, and that is quite an average gauge for most home cinema room build-outs that we do, in about the sort of size between 3.5 and 4.5 meters wide by between 2.7 and 3.2 meters high. The budget roughly works out appropriately to about 25,000 Rand on average. In this home cinema room, we are using a 120-inch acoustically transparent projection screen, which is a woven vinyl fabric. This projection screen has many benefits for us. We're able to place our speakers behind the projection screen in the correct locations for the left, center, right speakers, so that we can get the sound coming from the correct locations within the room, but also gives us a great picture quality, which we are very happy with. We are using a JK Screens 120-inch projection screen in this room, and we would recommend a price guideline of around about 20,000 Rand for the projection screen. In this home cinema room, we are using M&K speakers and M&K subwoofers, and we have located our front LCR speakers behind the projection screen in this solution. The speakers which we're using here are the M&K M50 speakers, which retail at about 10,000 Rand per speakers. So from the front speakers, we have a budget of about 30,000 Rand in this room. We're using an M&K subwoofer, and the subwoofer which we have recommended for this room has a budget of about 30,000 Rand. In this home cinema room, we have built out 6 of these speaker columns, which we use for either locating speakers on top of the columns, or we can recess speakers into these columns. The cost of manufacturing the speaker columns comes up to around about 5,000 Rand per speaker column. So within this room, we have located 2 columns which we could use as front wide speaker locations. We have our traditional surround locations, and of course we have the surround back locations. So for that reason, we have 6 of these speaker columns in this room, and we would factor a budget of about 30,000 Rand for the speaker columns within this home cinema room. For the surround speakers in this room, we are using the M&K M40T Tripole surround speakers. There's a benefit to these speakers as we are only doing 5.1, that it allows dispersion of the sound to give a appearance that there's a bit more surround sound effect happening. These Tripole surround speakers are about 20,000 Rand for the pair of speakers. With regards to the timber boxes at the back of the room that we used for the location of the projector and the amplifier, these were custom manufactured and spray painted to match the paint within the room. These timber boxes cost around about 20,000 Rand to manufacture and have painted. Of course, in the top box we have the Epson TW9400 projector, and these are about 65,000 Rand at the time of filming. Of course, in the cabinet beneath there is the Anthem MRX 540 surround sound AVR, and this is about 50,000 Rand. Lastly, of course, our client has had these blackout curtains custom manufactured by a local curtain manufacturer here in Cape Town. I believe the budget was around about 25,000 Rand for these curtains at the back of the room and at the side of the room. And to wrap up the entire experience, of course, we have a sofa from Sofa Company, which I believe our client had a budget of around about 25,000 Rand. Lastly, of course, we have smaller other costs that are associated with the room, like speaker cables, HDMI cables. Of course, if you know anything about my company, we often use the HD Anywhere HDMI cables, as these have been proven to be reliable and provide us with the correct video resolutions and bandwidth for our projectors and surround sound AVRs. There are other smaller details like the Apple TV and of course network connectivity to get this room onto the network within the house. So overall, the total room budget for this home cinema room construction was just on 300,000 Rand. And we were very fortunate that we were able to meet the budget and obviously deliver the experience that our client had expected. So I hope that this gives you a little bit of insight as to the costs associated with a project like this. Overall, we make sure that we plan out our projects very carefully so that we are delivering on the solution that our client expects, but within the budgets that they are hoping to achieve. If you are looking for a home cinema room build out like this, and the budget and description that we've given to you in this video makes sense and is what you are expecting, of course, we'd like for you to get in contact with us so that you can discuss your project with us and we can deliver a solution like this. If you'd like to see more videos like this, where we talk about home cinema designs, builds, the budgets associated with them, or just generally what it is that home cinemas are all about, we'd like to have you along this journey, and we'd encourage you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you would like to share this with anybody that might be interested in home cinemas, please, we'd like to have them join us as well. Of course, we'd like you to also turn on the notification bell so that you are notified when we next upload our videos, so that you cannot miss any of our future content. Thanks very much for watching this video, and we hope that you've enjoyed it.